Rose will play somewhat of a converted back, so it's definitely a different look for BC, with really just Williams leading the way in the back line. In the midfield, Shapiro Thompson, Ponce, Augie Bodie, who's played very well in a freshman role. And of course, Stefan Sigurdarson up front for BC. 7 goals on the season, which is tied for first in the ACC. Coming in, and he scored a goal his last time out against North Carolina State. First goal in a couple of weeks for Sigurdarson, now up to the 7 mark. And here's a ball over the top. First opportunity for Bodie to run underneath it. It was well played defensively by Brown. The gray kits today, Boston College going with the goal. Good chance here, Shapiro Thompson centering one across, looking for Tyshawn Rose, who does get to it along the sideline before it goes out. Rose will work back to Diego Ochoa. Very strong year as a sophomore back for Ochoa from Alexandria, Virginia. So right now the Eagles going with basically 3 in the back. Williams is the lone center back, Davey on the far right side, and Ochoa on the near side of your screen. And Rose is pushed pretty high up on the left side. Bob Thompson talked with us early this year about wanting to get creative with some of his formations, and certainly having to do that tonight. Kyle G, his first chance, sets up a corner kick. First one of the game, and it belongs to Brown. As that deflected off of Ochoa. So Kyle G, the sophomore from Charlotte, North Carolina. Spent time with Charlotte Soccer Academy, and prior to that, Philadelphia Union Academy will have an opportunity. And that is Brennan Klein who gets the starting goal for BC. You see him wearing the blue warm-up uniform because the grays are a little bit close in color, so Klein has been morphed into a blue kit today. Here's a chance. Oh, that skipped through and was dangerous, trying to get to Kojo Dedzi, the junior, who scored a goal in the 82nd minute, which was a game winner against Northeastern a week ago on Tuesday, part of a 1-0 Brown win. This one back for Brendan Klein. He will just let it go out and set up a goal kick. 8th game of the season for Klein. Came back after missing a couple of games and pitched a shutout with 3 saves in a clean sheet effort against North Carolina State. An important one. I mean, you look at Boston College's schedule, there's a couple of really competitive efforts. The ACC against a Duke team, which is now ranked number 3 in the country, on the road against Notre Dame in a 2-1 loss. A loss here to Clemson, 2-1, a game that BC was down to 10 men in the second half against, at the time, the number 1 team in the country. A difficult schedule ahead with the likes of 10th-ranked Wake Forest and 5th-ranked Syracuse on the road, still on the horizon. Getting that win against NC State, getting a first conference win. Looking for something to build off of. Also a tie against a Louisville team who's all the way up to 11th in the country. Ochoa, and the Eagles not afraid to send some balls deep down the wings and see what they can create. That one looking for Tyshawn Rose. It was knocked out by Lawal, Zachary Lawal, the senior from California. And it'll set up a corner kick, and the Eagles go short. Bodie, a little bit strong on the touch, couldn't get anything off his right foot, but now Ochoa steps up to play it. The Eagles have done well so far on the early possession. Taken away here by Brown. That was Scott Gustafson who created the turnover. That ball is out on the far side. It's Jack Clardy on the opportunity. Trying to find Jamin Gogo Peters. Here is Zenko. Adrian Zenko, another long ball to Rose. So the Eagles pretty consistently working that side to one of their captains, Tyshawn Rose. His grad year from East Hartford, Connecticut. Here is Gogo Peters. Stayed up Did a nice job and managed to get the pass away in the process. Brown coming back, quick shot, good save, Klein on the chance from Kojo Dadzi. Excellent pass from Jamin Gogo Peters to go off to his left side, and then Dadzi does an excellent job to get a good rip on. And credit to Brennan Klein, who makes his first save. Off of the inbounds, that shot, oh my! Klein had to go upstairs to get a piece of it. So that is two good efforts in a row for Brown, getting shots on cage. And it will set up a second corner kick in a row. So after the Eagles did good work for the first 3 or 4 minutes of so, Brown has responded in a big way here. Another corner kick from Gogo Peters. That time Sigurdarsson was on it first. Played wide again. This is G. Had a chance a little bit earlier from the right side. And a whistle here will go against Boston College. And a free kick coming up from Brown. This will be in a dangerous area right in front of a would-be corner kick. Jamin Gogo Peters, who is part of the Portland Timbers Academy, before coming here to Brown for his first season. Shapiro Thompson the closest to him. Another great chance for the Bears. That one skips in. Klein got a piece right hand. Settled down to the mixer, though, and then cleared out by Sigurdarsson. Right back in and onside. No, it was not. As Kojo Dadzi once again looked like he was in position. So, a really impressive sequence for a Brown team that comes in with a record of 5-3-1. Winless in the Ivy League so far. A tie in their Ivy League opener against Columbia on October 1st, and then falling 2-1 last weekend against a ranked Cornell team. Zenko wide for Amos Shapiro Thompson. Got it back from Augie Bodie. Camilo Ponce is trying to get it to Sigurdarsson. Instead, it ends up in on Viper. Camilo Ponce, who's really earned himself playing time, making his 11th appearance and 6th start of the season for Bob Thompson from Amityville, New York, with a goal and 2 assists. Came in as a sub in the opener against Quinnipiac in the 38th minute and then never left that game. Played extremely well and certainly has earned his time and his spot ever since that point. This one over the top and a whistle comes out. Foul will go against Brown and Kojo Dadzi again. Dadzi was the top returning scorer for Brown, 9 points a season ago, which included 4 goals and an assist for a Brown team that finished 6-10-1 a season ago, 2-4-1 in Ivy League play. Senko wide for Rose, settles it down. Gustafson's got the assignment over there defensively on Rose. Nice pass looking for Bodie. It was a touch too strong. That was Owen Schwartz, the senior, defending second team All-Ivy selection from a year ago. It's also an All-Ivy honorable mention in 2019, his freshman season. And remember, the Ivy League did not compete in the fall of 2020. Shapiro Thompson, 1-on-2. And the foul goes against Brown. So Amos Shapiro Thompson does a nice job to earn the whistle will give Boston College an opportunity on the free kick. Diego Ochoa will take it, the sophomore. Own goal this year came in the opener against Quinnipiac, a 5-2 victory for the Eagles. Shapiro Thompson is over as well. Dadsey and G the closest for Brown. First head on it was Owen Schwartz. And Go Peters got two. Davey, though, it gets through Shapiro Thompson. Flag stays down, and the shot is stopped by Viper. So Henrik Viper, who initially was looking for an offside call, did not get it. So the Eagles push back well after a couple of chances down the Brown end. Cargill back for Ochoa, passing into traffic and immediately cleared back out to the near side. So a competitive first 11 minutes here in Newton. Shots are 3-1 Brown, 2 of them on goal for the Bears. And each keeper has been equal to all of the challenges thus far. Ted Cargill scored his first career goal against NC State. Another freshman from London, England, who stepped up and played important minutes, getting his 7th start in 10 games for Bob Thompson, number 24 in goal. Here is the speedster, Bodie. Speaking of freshmen in key moments, but Go Peters has it back on now for Brown. Go Peters gonna use a burst, but Ochoa read it well. Go Peters did get back on possession, but could only throw it into the Boston College defense. Shapiro Thompson. Over for Adrian Zenko. Grad student coming in from Croatia this year for Bob Thompson. Bodie, Cargill, and now Ponce. Rose hasn't had a ton of space yet. This time does get around Gustafson. Cross comes in, and it's delivered right off the body of Henrik Viper. Does lead to the corner kick for BC. Already the third corner kick for BC. We've had 6 total in the first 13 minutes or so. Viper came a long way out to play it with Sigurd Arsen, who usual intended target for the Eagles. This one in, Viper's got it clean. Henrik Viper, the freshman from Germany, who has started 8 of Brown's 10 matches so far this season. Coming off of a career day last week against Northeastern, where he made 8 saves and a clean sheet, helping Brown beat the Huskies 1-0. Comes in 3rd in the Ivy League with a .765 save percentage for a Brown team that was picked 6th in the conference under first-year head coach Chase Wileman. Behind the likes of Princeton, Cornell, who's now ranked in the country, Yale, Harvard, and Penn. Tanner Barry could not get it beyond Walker Davey. Davey getting his 2nd start of the year in 9th game for Bob Thompson. Senior from Groton, Massachusetts. Rose couldn't get it through to Sigurd Arsen. Enough gray jerseys in the way. Cleared back for Davey. Did not play as a freshman or a sophomore. 5 games last year as a junior. And that was worked his way into a real important role, especially with the Eagles a bit banged up in the back. And it's been crucial. Gustafson will work it all the way back to Viper. 15 minutes in the first half here from Newton. And no score between Boston College and Brown. 4 shots, 6 corners in the first 15 minutes tonight. And both teams had a couple of really strong chances, including 2 grade A ones from Brown that Brendan Klein was equal to. Williams trying to find Rose. That got settled down for Ponce, then was a bit strong on the touch. And it eluded him and ends up going out for a goal kick. So now a chance for Viper to reset a little bit for the first time in a while. A high-intensity game in the early going between 2 teams, as we mentioned, have not played since 2015. Ochoa and Williams content to work at the moment. There is some of the history between these 2 teams, Boston College and Brown. And first time since 2015, 32nd meeting all time. Brown has an edge. The Eagles have won more lately. Brown has been a really strong program in the Ivy League for a long time, trying to get back to that point as one of the top teams in the Ancient Eight. Remember, of course, Mike Noonan, who was the head coach of last year's national champion Clemson, continues a great run at Clemson, was the head coach at Brown for 15 years before getting the job in South Carolina. And made 10 NCAA tournament appearances in 15 years as the head coach of Brown. Bears with 20 Ivy League titles, which is 6 more than anyone else in men's soccer. Ponce, good burst, wide for Bodie. Does get there in time, using Ponce for help. Gogo Peters was on him. Zenko, left-footed shot, and it erupts too high. Not a bad idea. Zenko, 11th game, grad student from Croatia, as we talked about. And I'll have our first substitution of the game. Charlie Adams, the junior from Vermont, will come in, replacing Jamin Gogo Peters. Remember, in NCAA soccer, free subbing does not happen until the second half. In the first half, once you're out, you must remain out until half number 2. Ponce got a good pass from Williams. Got it through Sigurdarsson. Shoots, oh, what a left foot save. Vipers sprawling out, and he keeps us 0-0. On an excellent stop on Sigurdarsson, who is basically going 1-on-2 with Schwartz and Lawal. And Viper does an excellent job of getting the left foot on it. Bodie again, pass was too far and cleared out by Sprofera. Harry Sprofera from up the road in Medfield. Went to Noble in Greeno, where he was an All-State and All-New England selection as a high school player. Cargill's gonna move to the left side. Rose settles that ball down. Moving into a lot of traffic, ends up with Cargill, whose shot went right into a gray wall. Now wide for Shapiro Thompson. Amos, who is this one for Sigurdarsson, headed over top. So two good sequences in a row for Boston College building up. Amos Shapiro Thompson, part of that. Just the one goal, one assist this year, but the shot numbers certainly stand out. 8th in the ACC in shots per game. He has 23 shots so far this year. So you have to feel like at some point, you're able to get that number and that level of shots, that eventually the goals will start to come as well, or even the assists and the facilitating role that Shapiro Thompson can have, wearing the number 10 as a midfielder in his senior year. Back healthy this year after dealing with injury in the past. Missed the rest of the season last year after the first 6 games due to injury. Senko looking for Sigurdarsson, who was trying to creep in behind Viper. But Henrik Viper read it well. And now ahead for Guy. Kyle G, the sophomore. Good development here. Chance comes in and they score! Oh, an outstanding shot by Coach Odedzi. And Brown has a 1-0 lead. Oh boy, that's a wonderful shot by Dadzi. His 3rd goal of the season is up to 7 points now. 2nd most goals on the team behind Jamin Gogo Peters. And it is 1-0 Brown after Brown had a good early surge off of a sequence of near corners. Then BC managed to come back and have the next 4 shots in this game, and a lot of chances trying to go through to Sigurdarsson. And then Dadzi delivers in the 22nd minute to give Brown the lead. It's a Browns team that has done more of its work, in fact, in the second half and in the first half. But in the times they have gotten out to good starts, Brown is 2-0 and leading at the half. 4-1 when scoring first. This is out for another corner kick for Brown. It's the 4th of the night for the Bears. Fine got a piece, and then Williams clears it out. CJ Williams playing that back line role. Certainly an important spot to be for the freshman from Valley Stream in New York. Difficult assignment that he's been tasked with. The Eagles now trying to respond down a goal. BC is 1-4-1 this year when surrendering the game's first tally. Ochoa, a bit more aggressive up the left side. Switching spots with Rose. Did get it across and managed to get it cleared out for a deep throw. Davey goes out for Shapiro Thompson. Amos Shapiro Thompson tried to work around Barry. That's Tanner Barry, the sophomore from Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Flipped up for Rose. Cleared back the other way by Brown. Bears again coming in 5-3-1 on the season. And now a whistle here on the near side. And our first yellow card of the game comes out. And Scott Gustafson knew it immediately. So yellow card goes against Gustafson. Scott, who came over from the University of Washington, where he played 5 games over the last 2 years coming off the bench. As part of 2 very good UW locker rooms that advanced to the Elite Eight first and then last year's national championship game. They eventually fell to Clemson. That's in on the free kick and skips out. Another BC throw from the far side. Both the teams have to feel relatively good about the chances that they've had. But credit to Browns, whose shots have been just a touch more difficult in terms of degree. The challenge for Brendan Klein. He made 2 saves early, and 1 found the back of the net in the 22nd minute by Coach Odetzi. Pace has definitely slowed down a touch ever since the Brown goal. It was pretty wide open, going back and forth in the early going. As we play on the turf here in Newton. Onse working against Kyle G. Zenko or Shapiro Thompson. Eagles really relying on their wings to try to create for Sigadarsid, who comes back to get it. Didn't get the pass through to Rose, but it ends up with Cargill. Still working forward, and it bounds up in the air. Rose comes down with it in a long sequence here for the Eagles to make Brown defend. Good aggressive play. That was Langdon Griglis, who just came into the game for Brown, the freshman from Heartland, Wisconsin. Made the play against Zenko. Now ball out for a Brown throw. Another Bears sub coming into the game. Number 27, Michael Chung, just coming in, the senior. He comes in, slotting into the back line for Gustafson. Remember, Gustafson, who is playing on a yellow. That ball is out. It'll be a Brown throw. With 16:50 remaining here in the first half from Newton. The goal in the 22nd minute by Coach Odetzi, his 3rd goal of the season. second most on the Bears. A beautiful shot ticketed to the bottom right corner, past Klein. G works it through his back line, and Lawal. Their side it was Chung. And now Lawal. Nice shot. Rose got in the way of the pass. Rose in that left back spot, but Bob Thompson sending him forward. And today, playing much more as a left wing. Ochoa for Williams. Charlie Adams got a piece of it. Eagles are back on it though. There is Shapiro Thompson. Comes to the middle, and Bodie, who got knocked down between two Bears. And Augie Bodie draws the whistle. That was a sequence where you saw the advantage of the Eagles' speed. First with Shapiro Thompson changing field, and then Bodie cutting in towards center. And it leads to the free kick for Boston College. A half hour in to this opening stanza between Brown and Boston College. Ochoa and Cargill, the two closest for the Eagles. Now Bodie moving into position. It's Ochoa, and that deflects out and leads to the corner kick. Eagles will sub before the corners. Sam White, the sophomore from Western Mass, will come in, replacing Zenko. Eagles have gone short with the corners for the most part today. That spinning shot goes out. It was Cargill who took a corner for the first time. Now here is Ponce. Nice shot, Rose. Cutting back, came again, and then you see the aggressive play by Viper. So Henrik Viper has been strong so far, as good as advertised. 2 saves made, coming in with a 4-2-1 record on the season. As we said, 3rd in the Ivy League in save percentage. And perhaps most impressively, 3 clean sheets so far, and all 3 were in 1-0 results. At Providence against Central Connecticut, Sigurdarsson off of his left foot. And then Northeastern that we talked about a week ago on Tuesday. So goal kick for Viper here with 12 minutes remaining in this first half. Jack Clardy. It's been a little while since we've seen Brown down this end of the pitch. Right? The BC has done a nice job, led by their range and athleticism, really working hard to control possession despite being down the 1-0. Shots are 7-4 right now. Free kick coming up here for Brown. Tanner Barry over to take it, the sophomore. Comes from a very impressive collegiate family. 2 sisters who played high-level field hockey. Sister Jordan played at Stanford. Other sister Lakin played at Northwestern. 2 elite programs. Sub here, Mike Baliani will come into the game, the sophomore from Woburn, Mass. And Kojo Dadzi, the goal scorer, will come out for the rest of the first half. Dadzi's 22nd minute goal still holding up. Over the top for Rose. Paishano works back to Ponce. Moves towards goal, creates the corner kick. Well done by Rose and Ponce. That one immediately touched by Brown, but then coming in late, Davey, and couldn't get it on goal. Walker Davey, good try coming in on what was the 4th corner kick of the game. Shots are now up to 8-4 in favor of Boston College. But the one stat that counts is in favor of Brown, the 1-0 lead on the 22nd minute goal by Kojo Dadzi. Griglis working it back out wide for Tanner Barry. Nice touch to the middle. Kyle G was back there, but Ochoa cleared it out. Pressure from Baliani just into the game. Like he got knocked down. They'll say it went out clean, and it will be Boston College possession deep in its own end. An Eagle win on Friday night. First win for BC since August 29th. But of course, remember the Eagles with 3 ties in that stretch as well. 3-4-3 record coming in. A lot of very competitive games. Six games decided by 1 goal or less. Looking for Bodie, it was a bit too high. Baliani for Brown. Up ahead to Charlie Adams. Working against Williams. Now White comes out to meet him and he's forced to retreat to Griglis. All the way over to the near side. Chung. Back for Griglis. Schwartz now and Lawal on the back line. And all the way back to Viper. Lot of Brown possession here over the last minute. Most of it, though, has been in the midfield. Now over the top for Kyle G. Rose got to it first. And a throw in here for Brown. Long time setting up for that throw. Now it comes in. G couldn't quite get to it. And out come the Eagles. Shapiro Thompson, who's over on the left side here, following up out of the throw. Got around Lawal. Shapiro Thompson. Lawal did a nice job to get back up and get position once more. Eagles work wide. Davey coming in. Sigurdarsson out there on the header. His Viper got in the way and makes a nice leaping grab. That's the 6'3" Sigurdarsson, who's always a threat. And credit to Henrik Viper, who made the catch and keeps it 1-0 in favor of Brown. Charlie Adams throws it to the middle. Turning shot, save Klein. That was Mike Baliani who had the chance with a nice little turnaround. And Klein makes his third save. Sigurdarsson got knocked down right outside the box. Our referee, Lucas Feathers, is going to call a yellow card and indeed stop the clock as well. So this will be very dangerous and an opportunity for BC. It was outside the box. So it is a free kick for Sigurdarsson. Seven goals this year for Sigurdarsson, up to 23 for his Boston College career. Be interesting to see if BC tries to take this as if it's a penalty kick with Sigurdarsson there. He runs through. It's Cargill and a save made Viper. And then on the rebound try, Bodie was offsides anyway. So after the yellow card, the Eagles with the chance on the free kick. It was Cargill had the chance. And it's still nothing doing. Eagles are set to bring 4 in on the next stoppage, but down to 4:12 remaining here in the first half. Ball is out for a Brown throw. Eagles out shooting Brown 9-5. The Bears, though, with more shots on goal, 4-3. And Brown has committed 10 fouls compared to just 2 for the Eagles. Shapiro Thompson retreating from pressure. It's a round out of Williams. Here is Ponce. Over to the near side, Rose. Tyshawn Rose has had a lot of pressure over on that left side. Back to Ochoa, throwing it on, looking for Bodie. Ends up out with Cargill. Cargill could not get around Jack Clardy. And it's out on the near side. And that will bring in the bunch of BC subs now. Jesus Segun, Javier Gaitan, Jonathan Murphy, and Jack Burgess all into the game for BC, replacing Bodie, Sigurdarsson, Shapiro Thompson. all come out for the final 3 minutes of this first half. Ponce was the other. A lot of the offensive weapons who've done a lot of running come out here. So now Gaitan is in your striker spot, the freshman from Spain, with Burgess and Sagun, the other forwards. Rose stays in his spot on the left wing. This one in on Viper. An impressive first half for sure for Henrik Viper, who's made 3 saves in the game. And a couple of them were impressive. Klein has made 3 saves of his own, but 1 fell behind. And it is a 1-0 lead for Brown with under 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Over top for Rose. He shoots in, tough angle. With Gaitan moving in, and Viper was there, no problem. Sam White with the good pressure here from Brown and Kyle G. Sagun came back in as well. Sagun over for Cargill. And this one is sent into the stands on the opposite side. "17 seconds remaining in the first half. Rose cannot chase it down ahead of Lawal. Final 10 seconds, it's Brown possession. And everyone will be content to let this run out. 1-0 lead at the end of the first half for Brown. Kojo Dadzi with the 22nd minute goal go in from Kojo Dadzi. And for the Eagles, certainly they've gotten the shots. Stefan Sigurdarsson leading BC with 3 shots, 1 of them on target in that first half. And on we go with half number 2 here from Newton. Appreciate you joining us as part of this Tuesday night non-conference matchup. This is the second to last non-conference game of the season for Boston College. They will also play a non-conference game on Monday, October 24th against Endicott. And then the Eagles still with 3 ACC games to go as well. Brown, which still has more to go in their schedule. The Ivy League regular season runs all the way through November 12th, whereas the ACC regular season ends October 28th without the Ivy League tournament, the playing once a week. The Ivy League generally starts a little bit later in the calendar as well. Now that ball is out, goal kick coming up. By the way, one change if you're watching, that's still Brendan Klein in goal for Boston College. He's just switched to the limey yellowish green shirt after wearing a gray one earlier that was a little bit close to Brown's jersey color. Here is Jack Burgess. Came in as a sub very late in that second half, stays in, as does Gaitan, who got knocked down. So remember, Amos Shapiro-Thompson, Stefan Sigurdarsson, Ponce were all late subs in that first half, so they stay out as they start half number 2. So the likes of Murphy and Burgess stay up front for BC, as well as Sagun and Gaitan, as we mentioned. For Brown here, Kojo Dadzi does come back into the game. Charlie Adams, who came off the bench in favor of Jem and Gogo Peters, does stay out. Here is Dadzi, goes wide for Adams, and that will be a corner kick for Brown, 5th of the game for the Bears. Couple of really good chances early off these corners for Brown in the first half. Putting one of the aforementioned opportunities that Hine had to make a good save on. This one right back where it came from in a deep corner. First head on it was Ochoa. That one cleared out to the near side. That one is headed out off of Michael Chung, who came into the game as their first half sub. Remember, free subbing in the second half now. Ball is once again out on the far side. A 1-0 lead for Brown, looking for a 6th victory of the season, which would match last year's win total. 7 fewer games. If they could hold on to this one. Walker Davey. Back for Cargill. There is Sam White, who stays into the game after coming in as a first half sub as well. Cargill, nice moves. A London, England native. Got it back. And it was taken away by Brown. Burgess tried to step up on it. And it's Brown possession on the near side. Dadzi with pressure from Williams, moving up into that little foray forward. And now Williams was out in front. He comes back into the play as Brown starting to develop forward. Nice job by Kyle G, but could not get around Ochoa. And here is Diego Ochoa, the sophomore. Pass for Sagoon was a bit too short. It's back for Brendan Klein. CJ Williams. Eagles trying to retain a little bit more possession, working through the back. Both teams kind of feeling each other out here over the first 5 or 6 minutes of this second half. BC needs an equalizer at a minimum. Gaitan, it was a touch behind Burgess. Does get back to it and throws it for Walker Davey. Now Burgess for Davey again. And it's Cargill who sends it across for Sam White. This is cleared down the other way. Here is Jack Burgess. Throwing one center, couldn't find Sagoon. Jack Burgess, who scored his first career goal coming against Notre Dame a couple of weeks ago. Rose throws one in. Who's that off of? It's off of Boston College. That was Javier Gaitan, the first year from Spain. A couple of older siblings who attended college across town at BU. Part of the reason he was aware of Boston, decided to come to BC. Ochoa. Here is Sagoon once more. Tyshawn Rose. And wearing that C armband. His grad year for BC. That crucial left wing. Sam White to the middle. Murphy was there and retreats to Ochoa. Eagles have been able to get balls over the top. They've been able to do it on side, some crosses as well. But still just the 3 shots on goal, 9 shots total in the game. And Viper has made each of the 3 saves that he's needed to. Williams working back into the play. So certainly BC once again has controlled the possession time here at the beginning of the second half. Yet to have a shot though in this second stanza. We have not had a shot officially either way in the first 10 minutes of play here in half number 2. Rose back for Sagoon. Sagoon throws it in. That got deflected on. And another save by Viper. Eagles doing it with most of their star offensive players. Still getting a breather at the moment. Over top for Burgess. Could not get by Tanner Barry. Burgess manages to get a pass away. That's a really good job by Barry, though. The sophomore from Chapel Hill, North Carolina, who had good positioning on Burgess and did not let him by. Barry, who played at Durham Academy in North Carolina FC Academy as well. And 3 times was a Northern Ireland Super Cup participant as a youth before coming here to Brown. Here is Rose. Rose could not get by Chung. Settled back to Cargill. But good pressure to come up there by Jack Clardy, the sophomore, who turned possession the other way for Brown. CJ Williams heads it down. Charlie Adams now. Rose for Sagoon. Walker Davey, who's played the whole way for Boston College so far. This second half really starting to take on a similar feel. The Eagles work through their back line. They develop forward, ball over the top or a ball through the middle. Brown has had enough of an answer to it. The Eagles are back on possession, again work through the back line. And here they will again. So it's been a long time possessing for the Eagles, but trying to find something to lead to an equalizer. CJ Williams for Davey. Looking for Burgess, could not get in behind Tanner Barry. Once again, Murphy content to retreat back. The Eagles will reset again. Over top for Rose, trying to run it down ahead of Chung. Rose to the middle, Cargill steps in. Oh, good save, Viper. This is out for a goal kick. Fourth save of the match for Henrik Viper, and that may have been his best. An excellent save on a point-blank shot from Cargill. And a couple of subs about to come in now. Jamin Gogo Peters is back into the game. He was the first one to leave the game for Brown. Played 18 minutes in the first half. And now well rested for this stretch. Boston College, 2 subs in the game as well. Adrian Zenko is back in for BC. And for the first time, Christian Behar enters the game for the Eagles. Behar, the first year from Lawrence, Massachusetts. Here comes Brown answering back. These two connected on some great chances early. That shot, though, is too high from Dedzi. Ojo Dedzi, who scored the goal in the 22nd minute and still holds up right now with Brown up 1-0 on Boston College. Ochoa again retreating back to CJ Williams. Now it's Zenko. Walker Davey plays that one in. Nobody home on the back line. Back in for Klein again. 15 minutes in, it has been as dominant possession-wise as you could hope for the Eagles. It hasn't really led to anything significant on the back end. Shots are 1-1. One shot on goal, which was a phenomenal effort and a great save made by Viper. And because of it, it is still 1-0 for Brown. As the Bears trying to win a 6th game of the season and match last year's win total. Still 7 games remaining in the year. Brown going back into Ivy League play this weekend. They will host Harvard, up and coming Ivy League program. They'll still have a few more weeks of non-conference play in the midweek as well. Ivy League traditionally playing on Saturday. Eagles will make 2 subs here and bring in their 2 big subs. Amos Shapiro-Thompson back in, Stefan Sigurdarsson back in. The stretch run with 27:40 remaining in the second half. 1-0 lead for Brown. Now one deflected up high. Over the top for Williams. Behar got taken off by Kyle G, and then the whistle comes out. Will be a foul against Boston College. It looked like nothing more. With Ochoa getting tied up. So Brown will get the free kick. Tanner Barry to take it. Oh, it was a great rebound try. And the whistle here against Kyle G, who was going in for the rebound and ends up making contact with Christian Behar of Boston College. And there is a card that has come out. And they have given a red card, wow, to Kyle G, who is now out of this game. So the initial ball in got deflected up in the air, and Kyle G basically going to use his foot to kind of spin into his shot, and the shot and his leg ended up following through, and it did hit the Boston College player, no doubt. But it did look like it was on the end of a swing, and certainly may have argued it's in a dangerous area because his foot's up high. So, now all of a sudden, Brown will be defending a 1-0 lead down to 10 men. So now what an opportunity for the Eagles. Try to find at least an equalizer, if not more, but got to start with the first. And that's Jamin Gogo Peters who gets taken down. And that is the speed of Gogo Peters, and it does lead to a yellow card. So a yellow call against the Eagles. So now Brown will get a free kick. So in a short sequence there, you have the red card called against Brown and Kyle G, who is now out on a red. And then immediately following that, the yellow card comes out against Boston College and Diego Ochoa. That's in for Klein, who uses the ground to help pick up on the bounce. Walker Davey got it ahead for Amos Shapiro-Thompson. And a whistle on the near side. Called against Gogo Peters. So this is certainly a wonderful opportunity for BC, but important to take advantage. Ochoa calmly steps up there. Zenko through the middle. Wide, Shapiro-Thompson has space. And hits right off of Tanner Barry and out. Davey over for Ochoa. Walker Davey once again. Burgess. Back Burgess trying to get around Barry. That's a nice job by Tanner Barry to keep that deflection in, not let it go out for the corner. So far, the Eagles have tried to find that space on the right side. Remember, Brown is down a man, but it's G in the midfield. Sagoon. Pass goes nowhere. Remember, the Eagles played on a red card, down a man. And the match against Clemson actually scored a goal with Ted. Ended up falling to, at the time, the top-ranked Tigers 2-1. Clemson defending national champs. The Eagles competing in the very difficult ACC, and specifically as Ochoa's been looking for Sigurdarsson. And they could not quite connect. Anyway, Eagles competing in that very difficult Atlantic division, where Syracuse has kind of risen above. Number 5 ranked team in the country. You have Wake Forest still in the top 10. Louisville, who's 11th. Clemson, who's now ranked 18th, you can see in the 4 spot, the defending national champs. And Boston College there as well. It is a loaded ACC as always, but especially there in the Atlantic. Right now in the Coastal, only Duke is ranked at the moment. Eagles set to bring a few more subs in at the next stoppage. Burgess for Shapiro Thompson. Back for Davey. And that pass was too far. It goes back to Brown. Gogo Peters got knocked down, but they say play on. Behar back for Ochoa. Sagoon couldn't quite get to it. Now Behar, the freshman from Lawrence, Mass. Ochoa throws one in. First touch on it was Brown and Griglis. And it's a goal kick coming up. Brown's done a nice job defending here. The Eagles have had a lot of possession time. And Brown is held up on the challenge, bend but don't break, that classic mantra. Really have not allowed that many shots. BC got 1 elite opportunity in the second half so far, and it was stopped by Viper, one of 4 saves he's made. Eagles will sub 2 here. Well, Jock will come into the game, replacing Diego Ochoa, who will come out for a spell. And Jesus Sagoon is out of the game as well for BC, with Camilo Ponce back in. So Ochoa now, one of your top players in the back, would imagine would not be done today, but getting his first breather of the game. Shapiro Thompson trying to step up and find room, and it's immediately forced back. And now Will Jock comes in. So that sends Williams out wide and creates a little bit more of a 2 center back look, you would think, between Williams and Jock. Senko now on the near side. It's Bob Thompson. slightly adjust the formation as well. Needing one. And remember the wrinkle, of course, without overtime. Again, changes a little bit, so whatever happens at the end of regulation, that's it. With no overtime period, that was a change this year, installed to the men's and the women's side. And Brown been playing down to 10 since the 64th minute on the red card called against Kyle G. Davey could not get it ahead to Burgess. Another good play by Barry. Ball comes all the way across, skipping through. Ponce deflected out. Beg your pardon, it was Behar. And it is a corner kick coming up. First corner kick of the second half for the Eagles. Eagles go short with it. Behar. Deflected by Gogo Peters. That's out for a throw. Augie Bodie back into the game for Boston College, replacing the sophomore Jack Burgess.
No swag. Inside.
Shapiro Thompson. Here is Zenko. Back around for Ponce. Ponce got it on the right foot. He's trying to get it to Sigurdarsson. Brown really has done a nice job clogging up the middle. For all of the possession the Eagles have had, just not that many shots here in the second half. Davey skipping one to the middle, cleared out by Owen Schwartz. He's a big reason why. Second team All-Ivy selection a year ago. 2019 New England Soccer Journal Defender of the Year as a first year at Brown back in 2019. Schwartz was there again, and the foul goes against Sigurdarsson. .16:38 to go. You wonder at what point the frustration starts to set in a bit for an Eagles team that's out shooting Brown 11-6. It finds itself trailing on the scoreboard. Sigurdarsson trying to weave through two. Schwartz is there. Here's it out to the far side. Eagles will sub Ted Cargill back into the game, replacing Sam White. Brown, Mike Belliani is back in, replacing Gogo Peters. So again, another short burst for Gogo Peters. 18 minutes and that time about 13. For the freshman, was the team leader in goals with 4. Ponce, good speed on the outside. Camilo Ponce against Chung. Williams back for Jock. Shapiro Thompson to the middle. Left-footed lead shot, header, try too high from Behar. Best opportunity in a while for BC. But again, the look from Christian Behar is up over the net. Their sub here for Brown. Charlie Adams is back in for the Bears, replacing Paul Elliott. Remember, Brown has been playing down to 10 men for about 12 minutes of game time now, after the red card called against Kyle G. They have certainly held their own, though. A lot of defending for sure. And remember, it is worth noting again, as we talked about, G is, again, technically a midfielder, but certainly more of a forward option than a true defender. So in terms of the piece lost, it is up front. So Brown's really going to defend behind the ball. Everyone but one basically behind the ball at this point. Everybody except Mike Belliani. And Ochoa, who is not out for long for BC, looks like he is about to come right back in. Scott Gustafson for Brown. Sigurdarsson on the wide side, trying to sneak around. Davey, who has played the distance tonight for BC, along with CJ Williams. Those are the only two for BC. Schwartz, the Wall, Clardy, Barry, and Sprofera have all gone the distance, as well as both keepers. Brown side. That ball is out. A couple of subs coming in. Ochoa back into the game for BC. And it's Gustafson who will come back in for Michael Chung. CJ Williams, the aforementioned Williams, who had gone the distance, now comes out, so it's only Davey who has gone the whole way for the Eagles tonight. BC needing to find an equalizer. This is ahead for Cargill. On for Sigurdarsson, trying to get to it. Now it's Behar. Got tripped up right on the edge of the box. Looked like just good defensive work. And then Behar with a bit of a collision. The Brown defender there. And the whistle looks like it will go against BC. So a couple of anxious moments where it looked like the opportunity may have been there for Sigurdarsson to reach back and get it onto his foot. But again, just a lot of Brown bodies in the way. And the Bears trying to win a 6th game of the season. With a 1-0 lead since the 22nd minute, down to 10 since the 64th minute. Senko. Wide for Ponce. Camilo Ponce just a bit too far for Sigurdarsson. Another sub for Brown here. Belliani will come back out after Kojo Denzi was spelled for a bit. And the Brown goal scorer back up front. Near side for Adams. You can see Brown really content to work backwards with the first jump possible. Just hold on to possession, take time off. Nice job, Adams. Got it through to Dadzi, and again, retreating back line. That ball is played out, so that's a really good sequence there for Brown. Another sub coming back in for the Bears. We take a look at what Brown will be facing in the Ivy League. Cornell off to a great start. They're up to 15th in the country. Princeton, who is picked #1 in the Ivy League this year. Just the 2 games so far in the Ivy League schedule, so certainly plenty more to go. It's a little bit different. The Ivy League on the men's side really backloaded and goes deeper into the fall than, for example, the ACC. Final regular season game for BC is on the 28th of October. Brown's final regular season game goes all the way to November 12th. It's almost 2 more weeks. They do start a bit later in the calendar, worth noting as well. Brown was picked 6th in the league. It's still so hard to tell after, again, remember the whole league did not compete in 2020 due to COVID-19. So everybody kind of restarted to some degree last season. Brown, I know, very excited. They will get an opportunity to host Princeton at noon on Sunday, October 30th. It's a game that'll be carried on ESPNU. Part of a doubleheader of the Browns men's and women's program on ESPNU back-to-back. The women on the road at Penn at 2 o'clock. So a great showcase day for Brown athletics coming up at the end of the month. This is what Brown has, that Princeton game that we talked about on October 30th on ESPNU. We'll be hosting Harvard this particular weekend. We are down to 7:50 remaining. Brown down to 10, but still holding the lead. Bodie got in position. That's deflected out. So a corner kick coming up for BC. Eagles will sub first. Tyshawn Rose back in for Christian Behar. Corner kick coming for the near side, and Zenko. Lower ball in. First hit on it was Brown. Ball played in again. Too high for Sigurdarsson. Shapiro Thompson was there to back it up. Now it's Rose. Got taken off. Sigurdarsson, little bit of room. But nice job by Zachary Lawal. Played him stride for stride. Played over, through again, and that is controlled by Henrik Viper. Down to 5:44 remaining. Rose cannot get around Gustafson. Ponce back to Rose. Everybody up here except for one. Good ball in. Cargill tried to center it looked like, and it got deflected out for a corner kick. Cargill was onside. Eagles go quick and short corner. And that ball is out, and it's a goal kick. 4:55 to go. 1-0 lead for Brown. Eagles trying to avoid falling to 3-5-3 on the season. Going into an ACC game on the road this weekend against 10th ranked Wake Forest. Rose in position out wide against Gustafson. Rose is run off, and in fact, it's Rose called for the foul. Again, Gustafson, the lightly used midfielder, playing in a back role for Brown. Lightly used his first couple of years at Washington as part of a perennial NCAA tournament team, NCAA runner-up a year ago. But he has played an important role here with Brown and did a nice job on that play. Player down here with the clock stopped. Will Jocks a little bit slow to get up. The referee has the right to stop the clock and does. No stoppage time in the college game. This will give everybody a chance to get a breather. And also looks like Jock is going to come out of this game in favor of CJ Williams. Anxious moments late in the second half here in Newton. Certainly hope the best for Will and hope he is okay. We're talking about this is what BC has left on the horizon after tonight. That's it. Final 4 games of the regular year on the road against Wake, home for North Carolina. That is a game you can see on ACC Network on Friday the 21st. That's a 6 o'clock start. Then right here on ACC Network Extra, the Eagles in Endicott on the 24th of October before a trip to right now 5th-ranked Syracuse, who is just rolling along so far this season. Second highest ranked ACC team all of a sudden behind just number 3 Duke, or Ian McIntyre's team. Settled for Shapiro Thompson. Rose angling to go wide to Ponce. Eagles need an equalizer down a goal. Davey settles for Zenko. Ball trying to get it through to Augie Bodie. That was deflected, and it does set up a corner kick. Eagles have mostly gone short with these. Zenko delivers. Header try to the back corner. And it does not go. Not a bad idea. Ochoa, Ted Cargill was there as well. A goal kick coming up here for Brown. Henrik Viper deserves a lot of credit. Had to absorb a lot. Been credited with 4 saves. The Eagles 13 shots, 4 of them on goal. And Viper's made a few really high-quality stops. 2:18 to go, and the clock is running. Down under 2 minutes to go. 1-0 lead for Brown. Rose could not get it through again. Zachary Lawal and Owen Schwartz deserve so much credit for what they've done in the 2 center back spots, leading this Brown defense in front of Viper. Williams playing way up, trying to angle a header. Back for Davey. Klein's out of his net as well. Eagles sending everybody forward with 80 seconds left. Bodie couldn't get to it. Pushed off by Tanner Barry. That's a nice job by Barry, who's another one of the back line, who's played really well. Gustafson, who's in there right now. Few subs as well contributing. Down to 1 minute to go. Eagles maybe one more foray forward. Trying to find the equalizer. Senko over the top, looking for Sigurdarsson. Bouncing ball through is cleared out to the far side. Down to 25 seconds remaining. Ochoa plays it in. That's cleared out by Lawal. All the way back for Klein. Down to 10 seconds to go. Up in the air for Davey. Got over top. Davey back to it. Eagles got to shoot. Zenko over top. Won't matter. Brown comes to Newton and knocks off the Eagles. A 1-0 final. And Chase Wileman, in his first year as the head coach of Brown,